Hello everybody. In this tutorial we are going to look at using a graphing calculator to solve equations with the graphing feature of the graphing calculator. This goes along with this particular investigation at michiganmath.org and involves solving equations. First we're going to need an equation, so let's start with this equation right here. 3x minus 1 equals 4. The answer to this is going to be 5/3, or 1 and 2/3, or 1.66666. So, to do this, what we're going to do on a graphing calculator is going to first go to the y equals, and we're going to enter in one part of the equation, we'll say this part, into y1, and we're going to enter the second part into y2. To do that, you go over here and you say y1 equals 3x. 3. X is right here, or you can use the alpha key x, but it's an extra key push, minus 1. Arrow down to get to the next screen, which will be 4. Now what we're interested in is where these two things cross. At this point, if you have just turned on your calculator and you haven't messed with the window at all, you should see the point where they cross. This spot right here is the solution. And the x value to that solution, if you could follow it right down, would be right there. Okay? To do this, to find this exactly and estimate it, obviously it looks like it's between 1 and 2, but to find it exactly, you could push second, calc, and then either 5 or arrow down to the number 5. I'll do that. Arrow down to the number 5 and push enter. And it'll ask you first curve. Sometimes when we don't have just lines, we'll have curves. They call lines curves. So it's asking you, is this the first thing you want to look at? And the answer is yes. So we would push enter to tell it. It leaves a little mark right there. Then it asks, is this the second curve we would like to look at? It's a line, but we know what they mean. And we say enter for yes, and you'll notice that it leaves a little mark right there saying that these are the two things that we are going to find where they intersect. The next thing it asks you to do is to guess, which means to put the marker over on top of it. Push enter, and there you have x equals 1.66666. If you wanted to change that into an improper fraction, you could put this over here. You could just enter this a whole bunch of times and go to math frac, and there it is. 5/3 is an improper fraction. Okay, that's nice. But what if we change the problem over here to, instead of equaling 4, 3x minus 1 equals 4, what if we changed it to 14? Well, that would be simple. Over here we would come and we would change this to 14. And when we push graph, we only see the line. We don't see the horizontal line where they would cross. So why do you think this is? Well, we did say y equals 14, and if you count these dots, there's only 10 up here. So the 14th would be somewhere up at the top of the screen, off of our screen. How do we change that? Go to Window, and you'll notice it says x min is this and x max is this, but we're most interested in the y max. We need the y max to be greater than 14. So to do that, we would arrow down, and I'm going to choose 16. Just because it's a little bit bigger than 14, we should be able to see it just underneath the bottom of the screen here. Let's see, we push graph, and there you have it. Right there is where it crosses. Now, another nice trick to do is, because these are just two lines, and you only have two lines in here, you can go down and you can get this, and as soon as it starts asking you first curve, second curve, and guess, it really doesn't matter if there's only two lines and they're lines. That means they're only going to cross in one spot if they cross at all, or they're not the same line, obviously. So you could just, at this point, just push enter, 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 and there's your answer. X equals 5 in this case. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please tune in to Professor Weiss on YouTube for more videos, and look to the classroom website. Take care and happy computing.